I want to welcome you to another episode of the Vision Clarity Leadership Podcast. My name is Seth Yolorda, and I'll be your leadership coach, hoping to become a high-performance leader so that you can lead a high-performance team to make a big impact in this world. And on today's episode, I think we're going to go in a little bit different direction. I'm actually recording this on January 1st, so Happy New Year to all of you all who are listening. I want to thank you so much for tuning in over this last year in 2022 as I really launched this podcast this last year. Thank you for all of the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribes. I appreciate all of that, and I couldn't be here without you. And as I think about where we're going in this next year and beyond, I am so excited about the content that I'll be delivering. This new year, I will still hold our traditional format of 15 to 20 minutes of me sharing some leadership principles that can help expand your leadership capacity. But I'm also going to begin inviting some guests onto our show and providing some interviews in a little bit of longer format. And so I'm excited about that. And I would love to hear from you. If you have any people that you would love to hear from, any leaders out there, gurus, people that you feel are really doing it well in the leadership space, let me know. And I will do all I can to invite them on and to have a robust, engaging dialogue that will add a lot of value to you as a listener. Now, today, I want to just start by sharing with you something that I experienced yesterday. I was New Year's Eve, I was laying on my bed, and I actually took out my journal, kind of like my guide. I used the Michael Hyatt Full Focus Planner, and I was reviewing all of my goals that I started with 2022. I wrote down a year ago all of the goals, the things that I want to accomplish, and last night I was reviewing those goals, and I don't know, something just kind of hit me because I started to realize a lot of the goals that I had planned to accomplish this last year, I actually only accomplished around 30% of them. And it was actually kind of sobering last night as I was sitting in my bed reflecting and looking over my goals and saying, wow, like you only got about 30% of the way. You didn't accomplish all the things. I wanted to be further along with some of my PhD work. I wanted to be further along with some of my business endeavors. I wanted to have started writing my book already. There were just some things that I wanted to do that I, for one reason or another, was not able to accomplish. And it hit me yesterday that as leaders, yes, we have to have goals. And obviously, this is the Vision Clarity Leadership Podcast. So as leaders, we also have to have a very clear and compelling vision that we communicate to our teams. But vision and goals and dreams are only like getting to first base. If you don't have a plan in place, and if you don't have daily disciplines that will help you to execute that plan, then your dreams and your vision and your goals that you want to accomplish either personally or as an organization, those visions and dreams will unfortunately come back to haunt you because you will sit back and realize the things that you did not accomplish this last year or over the last couple years. And so as you are similar to me, I'm sure, thinking about the things that you want to accomplish this new year, what you want to do, things that you want to check off of your bucket list. Maybe there's places that you want to visit with your family. Maybe there are things that you want to accomplish professionally. I want to encourage you not to just have a goal list or a vision list for the year, but I also want to encourage you to write down the daily actions that you are going to take that will ensure you actually accomplish those goals. It is not enough just to have the goal. You also have to support that goal with daily actions. Michael Hyatt says to accomplish our goals, we must distill our dreams into daily actions. And that's something that unfortunately this last year, did not do that good of a job at. I had my goals, I had my vision board, I had the things that I wanted to do, and I was reviewing these things semi-regularly, but I did not take the time to actually distill them down into daily actions. And I think that's the key. They always talk about, if you're buying real estate, it's the three words are location, location, location. Location is what determines the price of your home or what you're able to sell your house for or what you're going to buy a house for. Location. Well, when it comes to vision and goals, it's all about execution, execution, execution. Those are the three words that you could have the biggest plans, but if you don't execute on those plans, then those plans will mean absolutely nothing. And so as you're thinking about writing down your goals for this new year, what I want you to do is I want you to also develop a take action list. What are the three things that you are going to do every single day that will move you closer to your goals? So if you're saying, hey, I have a weight loss goal, what are you going to do every single day that's going to move you closer to your weight loss goal? If you have a finance goal, maybe you're trying to save a certain amount of money or pay off a certain amount of debt, what are you going to do every single day that's going to move you closer to your goal? I would argue that if you're trying to reach a financial goal, you probably need to look at your budget every single day. Every single day, you need to review your spending and make sure that you're following your budget. If you're trying to finish school, what do you need to do every single day? If you're trying to make some advancements on your job professionally, what do you need to do every single day? It is the daily actions that you engage in consistently every single day that is going to determine if your year is going to be successful. You will never accomplish your goals for the year unless you have a pattern of accomplishing your goals for the day. For some reason, this hit me like a ton of bricks yesterday as I was, headed into the new year, reflecting and writing down. I said, you know what? I don't want to just write down what I want to accomplish this new year. I also have to write down, Seth, these are the things I'm going to do every single day that will lead me closer to reaching my annual goals and my life goals. Now, to make sure that you gain momentum with your goals, make sure that they're bite-sized. If you're trying to lose weight, maybe not say I'm going to work out an hour a day. Maybe it's 30 minutes a day. If you're trying to develop a closer relationship with God and work on your spiritual life, maybe it's not, I'm going to get up at 4:00 in the morning and spend an hour. Maybe it's, I'm going to take 15 minutes every day and just journal and write out my prayers. Make your goals bite-sized. That allows you to gain some momentum. And as you start to gain some momentum, you will start to increase your self-motivation towards reaching that goal. Now, the other thing that I realize is that for many of us, we start the year with goals and we start the year with dreams and resolutions, and we'll have 1 or 2 or 3 weeks of success, but then something happens. It's not something that happens to us. It's something that happens with inside of us that actually prevents us or stalls us from continuing that momentum. I love how Russ Harris puts it. He says that your mind is a reason-giving machine. The moment you say, I'm going to accomplish a certain goal or I'm going to go after a certain outcome, your mind will begin to generate any number of reasons why you cannot go after that goal, why you should not go after that objective. It's almost as if your mind is trying to keep you in a state of comfort and ease. And it knows that if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to get a promotion, if you're trying to be a better leader, be a better husband, wife, father, mother, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, it knows that task, that goal is going to call you to step outside of your comfort zone, and your mind will automatically begin to generate reasons why you should not go after it. So it's not so much that our resolutions and our dreams and our visions fail because something happens to us, like someone is opposing us. A lot of times it's something inside of us that happens that prevents us from accomplishing it. It's our own self-doubts. It's our own fears. It's our own lack of confidence. It's our own insecurities that rise up and that pull us back to our previous reality, trying to keep us from failing, trying to keep us safe. This is something that I've experienced this last year. And if you're listening to this podcast and you are breathing, I know that this is also something that you have also experienced. So when you find yourself being sucked back into the black hole of malaise, the black hole of complacency, because your mind is generating all of these reasons which are undermining your motivation and sabotaging your confidence, what I want you to do is just engage in the activity anyway. Now, I know this is overly simplifying some of the struggles that we experience as human beings who are trying to psychologically wrestle with the reality of who we are versus where we're trying to go. But something I've learned is that you can't wait for the feeling of confidence to come. The feeling of confidence comes after you started taking the actions of confidence. And so what you have to do is you just have to say, you know what? I'm going to do this thing anyway. I love how Jocko Willink says it. He says, listen, I set my alarm to go off at 4:30 every morning. And when my alarm goes off, I am not negotiating with myself. I am not entertaining a conversation about whether or not this is something I want to do. When my alarm goes off, I get up and I do what I know I have to do. I'm not going to have a debate with my feelings on whether or not I should get up, because the moment I entertain my feelings, I know my feelings will persuade me to not engage in whatever activity I've determined to engage in it that morning. That is such a powerful lesson for many of us, is that once you set your mind to do something, do not engage your feelings. Engage the activity regardless of how you feel. And as you engage in that confident activity, the feeling of confidence will come. This is something that I'm still learning, something that I'm still processing, something that I'm still implementing into my own life. But I have found just for the last 6 months of following this methodology, it has worked wonders. When my alarm clock goes off at 5 o'clock in the morning and I realize I don't want to get up, but I say to myself, I'm not having a conversation with my feelings. I'm getting up and I'm going to go work out. I'm getting up and I'm going to go have worship. I'm getting up and I'm going to do the hard thing that I know I need to do and that I will be so grateful I did once it's over. So what I want you to take away from today is that as you are stepping into this new year, make sure you also have a daily action list. Write down the 2, 3, no more than 4 things that you are going to do every single day that will move you closer to your goals. And in a couple weeks, when you start to feel like you're being sucked back into the black hole and your motivation is waning and your confidence is shaking and the insecurities are rising and the new year, feel has worn off, engage in the activity anyway. Don't consult your feelings. Don't have a conversation with yourself. Don't try to debate whether or not this is a good time to do it. Do what you know you have to do. And I promise you, once you have done it, you will feel so much better about it. I know this episode is a little different from the most, but I would love your feedback anyway. And I would be so honored if you would like and share this episode with other people in your community that you know are also trying to accomplish some big things in this new year. This is the Vision Clarity Leadership Podcast, and we'll see you next week.